The rescape of this tank was one that I've been planning to do for quite a while. The hornwort was pretty much completely overgrown. It had been basically completely uprooted as well, and it was just a mess. So I started off by removing the hornwort and transferring it to one of the ponds outside. Once sorting that out, the next thing on the list was to drain some of the water to make it easier to transport plants in and move things around a little bit. After that, I decided to turn the light off and use a desk lamp in order to light and see what I was doing. I then proceeded to remove some of the plants. I left a couple because I liked the position of them, but most of them got removed so I could place them in different areas and sort out what plants I actually had at my disposal to use. This caused a lot of debris to fly around. I lay out all of my plants onto a towel so I could see what I was working with, and tried to group them in like species, but it was kind of hard to do because they were just all over the place. I then proceeded to add some back in. I'm starting off with the bigger leafed plants and trying to like extend the idea I had from that really tall red and green plant that's already there. I wanted to do everything in sort of like a triangle to have it all reach up to the top left corner of the tank. One of the main things I was thinking of when I was designing this tank was what was wrong with it? Why didn't I like it in the first place? And I decided the reason was that the hornwort leaves did not match the rest of the leaves of the plants in the tank. So I tried to use plants that mimicked big, long, broad leaves if I could, or at least just some long leaves plants. This meant that not only the hornwort, but a lot of the Java moss had to go as well. I instead replaced it with a lot of Dwarf Blyxa, Anubis, Java Fern, and some Hygrophila. I have a lot of Java moss at my disposal, so I decided to add a little bit back in, but I was mainly going for the Java Fern itself. There was a lot of leftover debris in this tank because with the Guppy fry that are in it, it's quite hard to use a gravel vacuum without sucking up all the fry. These are the plants that I had left, and they went into the hospital tank so I could use them for later. I then added the Dwarf Blyxa, and I really like how it looks to transition from the blank bare gravel section to the plants. After that was done, I filled the water back up, and I found this really difficult to do nicely without dislodging the plants. Here I'm trying to use the jug to sort of disrupt the flow, and did not really work at all. But eventually I got it all the way filled up without too much mess. But I did have to put some of the plants back into their places. I then turned the light back on and proceeded to pack away some things as I waited for the debris to settle. I then gave the glass a little bit of a clean. Nothing too special, I was just using a tissue for that to get the water off. And here we have it. I think this looks a lot better than how it did before, and I'm excited to see how it grows in. All in all, this only took me about an hour. It was a relatively easy thing to do, and it made a big difference in the end. It also looks super pretty from the top, so it's a shame that there's a lid on it. Even the sparkling Gouramis came out to see what all the fuss was about. They're really hard to get on camera though. They tend to run away as soon as I bring it out. Here's a better shot of him. Well, there was one last thing that this tank needed, and for that I decided to put on a bit of a background. I think it looks much better with the black.